Hey Wu,
Hey,
how are you?
Nice.
Welcome to CES, and we love what you're doing. So at Yanko Design, we would love to award you with Yanko Design Best of CES 2024 for
thank you so
Airseeker.
much. It's my honor to receive it.
Thank
so
you.
much.
So with that being said, I would love for you to give our readers on Yanko Design a walkthrough of what Airseeker is, what it does, what the features are,
Okay.
and how it differentiates from the competitor. But before we go into that, I just want to say that I am extremely impressed with what Wu has done, because not only did he develop Airseeker, he is the designer of Airseeker, inside and out. And on top of that, he's also a designer for another unnamed lawnmower that we shall not talk about. But that was what made me so impressed with Wu that got me here talking to him today. All right, so let's jump in and let's just talk about Airseeker.
Okay. So this is the first generation product of Airseekers. We just call it Chuang 1. And we will talk about three parts of it. The first one is about the navigation system. We call it Air Vision system. The most difference between our and other computers is that we don't need cable, and we also don't need other kind of menu setup like RTK. We only need vision and drop and play. So we have 5 cameras. There's 2 cameras for the centimeter accurate position capability, and 3 cameras just for the
It's okay.
just for the environmental awareness. So, for example, in the other computers, if they want to create a map, they should just do the parent cable. But for us, they can do the self-mapping. Just do it and just can map the whole yard in your app.
Okay, so to recap for our readers, there are 5 cameras. So
Yeah.
Airseeker has 5 cameras. Therefore, it doesn't require signal to the satellite. It doesn't require a base of any sort.
Yeah.
Basically, what Wu is saying is that once you drop Airseeker onto your yard, it literally goes to work on its own, because think of it as having a pair of eyes for positioning.
Only use eyes.
Yeah, it
just
only
like,
uses the eyes.
Just like Tesla, because
Right.
my idol is Elon Musk.
I agree. I was renaming you.
Elon who? Okay.
Elon
yeah,
Wu.
yeah.
Yeah, so please, no, continue. So yeah.
Yeah. The first one is the map. So you can do the map just by itself automatically.
So it goes through and it maps out your yard on its own. Okay.
The second one, I think many yards just have some toys, kids,
Trees,
pets,
bushes.
in your yard. A traditional mobile robot just can't do it.
Right.
But we can do it because we have 3-degree awareness systems.
Right.
So you just can find someone just inside of your lines, so you can just avoid it. Yeah, so because just inside the deep learning algorithm, it can recognize where's the grass, so it can work in it. Where's no grass, it just cannot to outside.
So in a way, it is truly artificial intelligence, because it's taking pictures.
Yeah.
It memorizes the pictures. It knows its positioning. It knows where it is at any given point.
Yeah, just because we capture a really, really big data from real world.
Right.
So we just train it for about 2 years. It can really, 2 years.
So you've trained 2 years of data that is living inside Airseeker.
We just use a lot of data to train him. Yeah. To train it. Yeah. Just
That's amazing.
like this robot to bite an amount of data.
So that being said, I'm getting really excited, because I don't want to jump the gun and talk about battery yet, but since we're talking about positioning, if I'm halfway through my yard and it runs out of battery, right? Not to say it will, but if it runs out of battery, does it know its position, and does it go back to the base, charges up, and then come back to the same position? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Of course, so the first is battery. A battery can last 3 hours.
3 hours,
If just last lack of battery, it can go back to home by the position capability. Just like human, if I feel angry, I will go back home to find mother to cook. Yeah, it's the same.
Right.
This thing robot just like human.
Okay.
Yeah, it can go back to it all by itself.
And then it comes back and it resumes again.
Yeah,
Okay.
It just can continue the break point to continue the moving program.
So it's smart, it's attractive looking, it has sensors. And speaking of sensors, beyond the cameras and the eyes, what are these little things here? What does this do?
Oh, there's a bumper.
And what does that do?
It's called bumper. It's a technical sensor to protect human and pets. This is the final guard.
So when it sees a dog
Yeah.
or a cat,
Yeah.
it literally just avoids
suddenly
it.
appeared. It can hit it.
Got
so
it.
Look, the machine will go back to it and avoid it.
Got
so
it.
this is a final guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Wu, can you, as a designer
Yeah.
and as an engineer in a way, can you explain to our readers why the wheels are positioned the way they are,
Mm-hmm. of
and why
course.
is it advantageous to have it the way they are?
Of course, it's a very unique design of the whole robot. We just call it omnidirectional wheels. There are two reasons why we use this design.
Uh-huh.
The first one is big enough, so it can conquer many kind of terrains.
So it can climb branches,
branches,
leaves.
stones, and other kind of things.
Yeah.
And we can conquer over 6 centimeters.
6 centimeter.
Yeah.
It'll be able to climb over
Yeah.
6 centimeters. Okay.
Yeah. And second one, why we use this inward 30-degree angle?
So 30 degrees inward.
Yeah, because in some yard, there are many complex environments.
Right.
And maybe there are some tiny roads. We just can use a smooth turn by these wheels.
Okay.
It can do a zero turn.
But
Yeah.
anyone who's looking at this, they're gonna say, "Woo! How does it go straight? How can something that have wheels that go inward go straight?"
Of course, it can go straight because every angle just can move.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
got multi-directional
Yeah.
cylinder on each of the wheels.
Yeah, why we just make 30-degree? Because they also can go straight very smoothly.
And then it can also turn.
Yeah, also can turn smoothly. Just we do a trade-off. So we just test about 1 year to find
It's a 1 year of testing?
It's a perfect angle.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, I know Wu hasn't touched on the 6th camera yet, but I'm gonna lead him into that discussion.
It's a
next.
secret. It's a secret.
It's
yeah.
a secret, but
Yeah.
we're gonna break that secret here. I'm gonna turn it
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
how light this is, guys. I mean, ahoo! I'm not gonna break it. 'Cause it's a prototype, but I'm gonna turn it back, and we're gonna talk about the back. We're gonna talk about the back end really quick.
Yeah. No issue. No
Okay.
issue. Because of the bumper.
Yeah, because so one thing I love about Airseeker is this rear-facing camera, and I'm gonna let Wu explain why
Yeah.
that's there.
I will add another camera in it. It's a secret. Yeah.
Oh wait, only you guys know this is a secret, so please do not share this with anyone, okay?
Yeah. Why we just put a camera in it? Because it can also recognize where it's mode, where's no mode. So it just can.
So it retains a straight path.
Yeah.
So it can see behind, so it knows that it's going straight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it kind of just wanders off.
Yeah. The area mode and no mode is a very open wheels line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a yard fanatic. I want to give you context of what Wu just explained here. The artificial intelligence that's built in requires the rear-facing camera to recognize the area that has been mowed versus not mowed. So, for example, if it's going this way, and then it knows it behind it that it's already been mowed. So when it turns around and comes this way, it sees that it's not mowed yet, so it will continue to go. But what's nice about that is it allows Airseeker, you being the owner of Airseeker, to create patterns.
Yeah, pattern. Yeah,
Can you
pattern.
talk about the patterns a little
We
bit?
will put another grass loader, the loader just behind the machine.
So there's like kind of a little
Loader.
loader,
Yeah.
and so that will drag below once it's mowed,
So-
and it creates a pattern.
Yeah, the loader just can press the grass in different directions, back and front and back.
Okay.
In these directions and in these directions.
Got it.
So we are relaxing different kind of lights. So we can dark light. So we
Okay.
have different patterns.
Okay.
You can create a line, a circle, a heart. It's okay.
Since we're here, let's talk about charging
Yeah.
and battery. Does it come with a base charging station?
Yeah.
It does. How does it charge?
There's just a point.
Okay.
Just a point charging to do this.
Okay. So does it
Charge.
back up and
Yeah.
then it charges it?
Back up, and just insert it, charging. Outside, stop charging. Yeah.
So while it's charging, let's talk about security.
Yeah.
If it parks inside my yard, but people can kind of see it, what theft prevention does Airseekers have to prevent it from being stolen?
Okay. So firstly, there are GPS inside. If the thief just go outside your yard for about 5 kilograms,
5 what?
5 kilometers.
5 kilometer. Okay.
Yeah. The GPS will tell the owner.
Okay.
Oh, it's just
It will notify the
yeah, it's
owner
all far away from yard.
via the app.
Where they at?
Okay.
Yeah. So the owner just can log it
Okay.
via app.
Got it.
And second, we also use this camera. The camera just can recognize. Oh, you are not my owner.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, we are send.
So it recognizes you as the owner.
Yeah.
How do you program that? Do you take a picture with it?
You
or
can input a picture inside it, so we know you.
do you register that through the app?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like just like dog. Yeah,
Okay.
Dog, will recognize who is your owner.
Is that going to be available at launch? It will be. That feature will be available at launch.
Already inside.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
I think we've covered the cameras, we've covered charging, we covered the wheel design. The only thing we gotta talk about
Yeah,
is
the most
the
important
blade.
things. Yeah, most important things is blade.
Is the blade.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can we? I don't
Yeah,
want to.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But the blade is special. Can you explain why it's special?
Okay, so this is a whole moving system, which is called its flow car system. There are 3 layers of it. The first one is a chamber, and second one is a fence.
Okay.
So it just can vacuum the grass upright and cut it,
Okay.
just like our hair.
Got it.
So we can get a flat edge. And the clippings also can be vacuumed inside this chamber and chop again. So we're into any kind of tiny pieces and
Okay.
into grass, so become fertilizer.
So basically, to summarize what Wu just said for you is that, think of if you're shaving, right? What the shaver does is it lifts the hair on your face up and
Yeah.
it cuts below it.
Yeah,
The idea behind Airseeker is it has this chamber where it allows the blade to pull the grass in and up, and it cuts it below that.
Yeah.
So you're not just getting the surface, you're getting a nice clean cut below it. But then these designs here will allow Airseeker to also mulch everything, leaves, branches, and then it spreads it out as, fertilizer if you want. Is
Yeah.
that pretty much a good summary of what
Yeah, very
the feature
good.
is?
Very good. You can be our product manager.
Now, since we're here, can we talk about the battery
Okay.
and why is it special? Because this part excites me.
Okay, this is just I think it's the last prototype. The last prototype we will launch in the end of January.
Okay.
So it will become a plug-in.
When is the last prototype?
In the end of January.
In the end of January.
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
are we
month.
January? We are January.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next prototype we can launch is a pluggable and replaced battery.
Yes.
So if just lack of battery, we don't waste time for the charging. We can replace it immediately.
So that to me, being a yard fanatic,
Just like your eye is so big.
it is big.
Yeah.
So as a yard fanatic, you know how batteries degrade over time, right? So we all know that anything electric vehicle, anything that's power tools powered by battery, they will degrade over time. So what Wu has done is quite amazing in this category because it has a replaceable battery. So basically you can have 1 or 2 as a spare, or in a year from now, when the battery degrades to 80% or whatever, you can just get a new one, and then it's future-proof for what your needs are, because it's an investment in your home, right? I mean, it's an expensive investment.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a good summary of why I personally believe that this is special?
Because you can't find any kind of things like this. It's very special.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a unique design. It's a special functions. It's a very fantastic navigation system. I think it's special.
Okay, so we're wrapping up the actual hardware component. Let's talk about pricing and the opportunity for our viewers to participate in a campaign coming up. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So the campaign is just a secret. I only can say we will launch on Kickstarter in
you don't have to announce it
very
here.
recently.
Okay,
yeah.
it's coming up. It's coming up soon.
Yeah. And the retail price is about $2,000 to $2,000 US dollars.
Okay.
But for Kickstarter, we just give all consumer a super early bird price.
Okay.
It's only 1 blah blah blah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be it's under 2,000 for early bird Kickstarter.
2,000 just for the public.
Yes.
Public. Yeah,
So over 2,000 for public, under 2,000-ish for any supporter to.
Under too much.
Yeah. So, is there any last words that you would like to discuss?
So I want to ask you, do you have some recommendation about the machine?
Do I have some what now?
Suggestions?
Suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, when we first met, oh my God, I met Wu 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I walked up to Wu and I'm like, you know what? I love this other lawnmower, but there are all these restrictions that prevent me from using it. And then he's like, oh, I designed that other one. And then I started explaining to Wu the restrictions, and he's like, we've eliminated most of that. And so for me, I have had hands-on moving it around and things like that. But as a suggestion right now, all I can say is all the features and lifting the limitation of having a physical antenna that talks to the satellite. I mean, I have 32 trees on my yard. and the fact that Airseeker can use 6 cameras to navigate itself and to mow my yard without any interventions of external hardware is bravo.
Yeah. And I also want to say, because the mowing is the most trouble things in yard.
Yes.
But I want to say, the second trouble things is leaves.
Leaves.
Yeah, it's leaves, yeah.
I know all about leaves with 32 oak trees.
And in the next generation, I also want to do a machine can do the mowing things and leaf problem together.
Wait. Are you giving us a sneak peek of the next machine already? Stay tuned, guys. I don't want him to give too much, but that's another video for another day.
Yeah.
So again, congratulations on the Yanko Design CES 2024
Thank
award.
You so much.
Thank you so much, and the opportunity for us to have a chat with you on this and to share it with our readers.
Different kind of edition.
What's that?
How about this kind of version?
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well too.
Okay.
Let's do that on another cut since this is long.
Okay.
Do you have time?
It's okay.
Okay. Yes. All right, guys. So you just saw a long video about Airseeker. I don't even know what this thing is, so I'm gonna ask Wu to explain what this is.
This is a CES special version. We call it Aircraft Carrier Class Edition. You can see there, this is a drone.
Wait, what? This actually navigates for the lawnmower.
It's a part of, it just support the more efficient and faster.
Really?
Yeah, for example, if you...
Can we open this?
Okay.
Yeah. Come in. Take a look at this. There is a drone living on top of is this also Airseeker?
No, it's just a third party drone.
It's a third party, okay.
But algorithm just made by us.
So you've mounted a drone on
Yeah.
top of the lawnmower.
Yeah.
So the idea is to allow the drone to kind of survey the yard.
The idea just like an aircraft.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that ever going to make it to production?
For example, if your yard is so large, just over 5 acres.
5 acres.
Yeah.
5 acres is awesome.
Yeah, 5 acres. If you use this machine, the mower, to map your yard, I think it's very slow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of having the lawnmower
Yeah.
or Airseeker, instead of having
Airseekers Drone 1 to scan your yard is so slow because it's so large.
So what kind of camera technology do you have to use?
If we can use a drone, it can scan your house and yard within 20 seconds.
20 seconds. So it
Yeah.
hovers up, scans it, and does it have to sync with the application?
Yeah,
And it sends it to.
the drone can have the Airseekers to scan all of your yard within 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
And just send the map inside it so you can map.
So what it does, so basically it has a two-way communication. It goes and scans the yard within
Yeah.
20 seconds,
Yeah.
and then the drone automatically knows to send the map
Yeah.
to the lawnmower.
Because you also have deep learning algorithm inside it, so you can learn where's the grass, where
Okay.
is the things.
now
it
does
should move.
the drone land itself
Yeah.
once it's done?
Land self.
Does it have to go back to the base and then it knows it, or the drone knows where it is?
It
and
will back to the machine because you can do another things just during the mowing process.
Okay.
Yeah. So during the mowing process, for example, if there are some obstacles just inside it in a line, so it just can fly on, and also can recognize, oh, there are some obstacles. So just tell him, he will avoid it. Most.
So it can land, but can it also operate while the lawnmower is flying?
Yeah.
Can it fly while the lawnmower is mowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will have a higher vision. So it's a more.
Why has no one thought of this? I think I've seen a lot of robotic lawnmower, but this is the first time where I've seen someone incorporate a drone to help with the vision.
Because I think the first one is idea. It's always can be created by talent, I think.
Okay.
And second thing is I think that is a technology. Yeah, it's a have higher technology.
Got it.
Yeah. So we can solve it. We
Okay.
can solve the technology problem.
0 to 100%. What is the probability of seeing something like this on the market?
I think we do launch it maybe next year.
Next year.
Yeah, so this year we just focus on Airseekers Drone 1.
Okay.
And this is a special
Version 2.
Yeah, no version 2, it's just special.
A special edition.
Version 2 is just can solve the leaf problem.
Got it.
Yeah, it's special
Okay.
version. Yeah.
Now, if you could think of one technology that would prevent you from releasing this, what would that be? What would be the major roadblock for this to not happen yet?
I think it's a Vision Slam technology.
What is what?
Vision Slam. Vision Slam means use vision technology
Uh-huh.
to map and position. Yeah, I think it's very complex. Yeah, in this time.
Okay.
Because in your yard, there's no landmark for the vision to recognize.
Got it.
But we can solve this problem. So why the other competitors always use GPS, use LiDAR, use RTK? You know, they are very expensive and very hard to set up a base station. But we only use vision. Vision, it can make it drop and play. I think just like our human eyes. Yeah. When we drive car, eyes is our only sensor for it. There's no GPS, no RTK, no other kind of things, just our eyes. But we have neck. We can rotate. So we use 6 cameras.
So the neck is basically,
There's a base.
yeah.
let's revisit this really quick here because I think that's a really important piece of information. From what Wu just explained that we didn't talk about in the last video, the neck, when we have 2 eyes, right? So that's what
That's why there's 2 eyes.
these eyes are.
Like
but
human
because
eye.
because Airseeker doesn't have a neck, that's why we have these two cameras on the side that acts as a
Yeah.
turning left and right.
This is what Tesla do, and how Elon Musk think. Yeah, just like these things.
No, that's great. That to me is amazing. But to reiterate, these are not for positioning. They are for seeing. This is what you need to use for positioning. These two
They
cameras.
all for positioning. For example, these two for the positioning, and these two camera for the relocate, for
Okay.
the more accurate, and also for the in-one awareness.
Okay.
We have two functions. Yeah.
So I think there's one thing that we didn't touch on. We were talking about earlier is safety.
Yeah.
This giant stop button. What does that mean?
Stop. It will stop quickly.
So if something happens, you hit this,
Yeah.
and it's basically call uncle, and it just stops immediately.
Yeah, stop. So it's a red.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you can think of that you want to talk about, either the aircraft class special edition or Airseeker?
I just want audience just look forward to our launching on Kickstarter recently. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations so far, and I'm gonna go all the way
Yeah,
with
thank
you
you,
on this
Vincent.
journey, and Yanko Design is also going to be coming along, I believe, to help with this whole journey for Airseekers.
Yeah, thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you
Vincent.
so much, Wu.
Yeah.